Welcome to the Spunky Spirit Podcast. I'm your host, psychic medium Carrie Muggs. This is where we learn all things spirit, everything from spiritual gifts, awakenings, ghosts, aliens, and starseeds. Nothing is untouchable, but always fun and spunky. I am honored to be on this spiritual journey with you, so make sure you hit the subscribe button so you never miss an episode. Hello, and welcome to this week's podcast episode. This week, we are going to talk about journaling and automatic writing and how they're different and how they help. These things help me immensely. I kind of combine the two, so I'm going to kind of explain how I do that, but they are separate. Journaling and automatic writing are separate. They have different intentions, but I kind of start out the day journaling, and then I go into automatic writing, or I write my affirmations down for the day. And that's kind of how I start it. So journaling, I'm going to tell you the difference between the two first. So journaling is you writing down the things that happen to you during the day, your feelings, your emotions. Journaling is just kind of brain dumping all of your emotions, all of your things to kind of clear your head, to kind of like shine light on what's like bothering you or dig deeper into some things. And so journaling has been is known to help with improved mental health. So because you get to kind of release it and let it go out of your head, and you kind of like to dig deeper. So if you're like writing, okay, so my mother-in-law doesn't like me, and then you kind of write starting more about that, you can dig deeper into why that triggers you or why it bothers you or why it shouldn't bother you. And so that's what I love about journaling is you can just dump all of your emotions out, and just because we always have all these thoughts going on, especially if you have ADHD like me, always constantly there's like no quiet time. So this is just like a brain dump, and it's so nice, and you get all of your feelings put down on paper. It also can help with symptoms of depression. So, because it's kind of like, it's therapeutic. It's like helping you release stress, and it helps you process and cope with difficult situations in your life. And so the only thing that some people have a hard time with is sometimes they're afraid to write it down, because there is something about hand to paper. I've even I got an iPad so I could like write it with my pencil on the iPad, and it's still, the paper is just, there's something more therapeutic about it. But people are afraid to write this down because they're afraid sometimes that they're just going to go write all of their feelings, and then someone's going to see it and it's going to hurt their feelings, or it's going to make somebody mad. So it'd be good to either hide the journal so nobody knows you have it, or to, if you have a session like that gets like that, then just maybe tear those pages out and burn them or throw them away, because you don't always have to go back and read it. Part of journaling is just dumping all your emotions and letting them go. You can go back and read it if you want to, but sometimes it's just releasing all of that stress. It like clarifies your thoughts and your feelings, and it can help clarify what you're feeling and thinking, and kind of give you a better understanding if you do go back and read it sometimes. And that's why it's up to you. Sometimes you can go back and read it, sometimes you don't have to. It depends on my day, I guess. Sometimes I like to just go back and read. I don't have to worry about hiding my journal, because I hide it, but I don't worry about other people looking at it, because I just think, you know what, if that's what they want to do and they're going to look at that, I guess that's their deal, right? So journaling can also help you problem solve. Writing it down, there's just something about writing it down that helps you release that and problem solve. So it can help you answer like certain questions in your life, or sometimes goals, or challenges that you're having, and it helps you to kind of get the answers. And this is where it's kind of a fine line into automatic writing, because sometimes you start journaling and then you kind of go in that trance, and it kind of becomes automatic writing, and then your higher self starts to answer you. So this is why automatic writing and journaling are a little bit different, but they're kind of cool because they can be intermixed, and I like to intermix them. It increases your self-awareness. So it increases like, why do I feel this way? Okay, my mother-in-law triggers me. And I'm not saying my mother-in-law triggers me. I'm just using that as an example. And it can help you treat you keep better track of understanding your emotions and your thoughts and your behaviors and your triggers. And so if you are trying to figure out your emotions and your behaviors and your triggers, then I do recommend that you go back and read it once in a while, especially if you're finding yourself writing about the same thing constantly. Like if you're constantly having issues with the same person, then it's good to go back and kind of look at that. And sometimes if you are going through therapy, sometimes the journaling can help because you can go back, you can take your journal to your sessions and go through some of the things that maybe you went through the week that you maybe kind of forgotten about. This also helps improve your memory. It's crazy that it does, but it's been shown, journaling's been shown to help improve your memory. Writing regularly, it can help you remember more, and it makes it easier to recall facts. And this is kind of why I do it, because my memory is so crazy. I can remember sometimes things when I was like 2 or 3 years old, but I can't remember readings that I did yesterday, or I can't remember what I ate yesterday. So it's kind of, my brain picks and chooses what it wants to remember. So the journaling helps. The journaling helps me to remember. And it just kind of helps you. And if you're a writer or want to become a writer, journaling can help with that too. So it's kind of just like a brain dump. And you don't have to do it for very long. It can only, like, I think I spend maybe 15 to 20 minutes journaling or automatic writing each day. And if it goes into automatic writing, that counts as meditation. Now, the difference between journaling and automatic writing is automatic writing. So journaling is you just brain dumping your emotions, trying to process that, trying to feel that is about you. And automatic writing is you trying to connect to spirit or to your higher self. So automatic writing is when you sit down and you write or have an intention at the top of the page. And let's say your intention is, what is my life purpose? And you want to get the answer from your higher self or your spirit guides or spirit or ancestors from the other side. Now remember, you have everything you need inside of you. So I suggest going to your higher self, because spirit guides can guide and direct you, but they can't make choices for you. So they can guide and direct you, and they can help, and they can kind of guide you to what you've written on your blueprint before you've come here. But you ultimately get to make that choice. So a lot of times I like to connect to my higher self, or sometimes when I have questions to my spirit guides, if I have that a theme for that notion, like what should I do next to my, not general questions, but like, what's my next step in my business, or what's this, or so just when I need my spirit guides to help, then I kind of tap into that too. But what you do is you write the theme or the question at the top of the paper, or your intention at the top of your paper. And then you start to write things like, so if you write, what would you have me do? Or what is my purpose? And then you could write, my purpose is. And then if you draw a blank, you could write is. And you don't have to go fast on this. The thing about automatic writing is you continue to write. You don't stop writing. You write the same word over and over again until something else comes to your mind. And so this helps you connect. It helps with your connection. And when you first do automatic writing, it will sound like you, and you'll feel like you're making it up. But once you start to put this into practice, then you'll start to see more and more that it is your higher self answering, because things that you would never say about yourself, or uplifting things that you didn't know will come through when you're automatic writing. You try this for like a week or two, and you'll start to understand what's yours and what's spirit's. And so this is how I do it. This is how I combine the two. Okay. So I put on some soft music or some spiritual music in the background, something that can cause emotions, or something that can, make me cry, or things like that, because that's kind of all, just soft music in the background. Set it for like 15, maybe 20 minutes. And then I start out writing just kind of a journal section, just like what's going on with my life, what I'm feeling, just kind of that download, that emotional, dump, that brain dump that's getting everything out. And then I start to write my affirmations. So then I'll write like 10 different affirmations. And then one of those affirmations might trigger me. Like, so if I write, I am an awesome wife, then that one might trigger me into being like, maybe something happened in my marriage that day or that week, and then all of a sudden I start to, how can I become a better wife, or how do I, change my thoughts on this, and then I start automatic writing on that affirmation. Because, or you can write things like, I am a phenomenal business owner, I am a phenomenal mom, I am abundant. And then if that triggers you, or your thought process is this isn't true, then you can start automatic writing about that. And so that's what I do. Now there are times, that's my daily stuff. But there are times when I will just sit down if I'm going through a spiritual problem or I want to reach my higher self, and I will specifically meditate with that intention or automatic write with that intention. But on a daily, I just kind of start journaling, start like brain dumping all of my things onto the page and try to find clarity through it. And if something triggers me and something makes me feel like, oh, I could have done that better, then I start to kind of automatic write about it. And then I start to write, and I don't stop writing. And honestly, you try this and you'll start to go into trances, and your writing will start to scribble and you won't be able to read it. It'll be illegible, and it's the coolest thing ever. So that is how I kind of do both. And I do this daily because, one, I write the affirmations daily. I have to write my affirmations because words speak truth. Words are magical, and words can, especially speaking out loud or writing on paper, they become life and they hold that frequency. And so I do this about 15 minutes every day. And if it goes into an automatic writing, then I don't have to meditate as long. But I like to do like 10 minutes of red light therapy. And so I kind of meditate when I do that. But these are things I have to do every day to keep me up and aware on my job because of what I do for a living. You might be like, I don't have time to do this. I don't feel like I have time to do this. But I promise you, do the 80-20. Even don't be one of those people that are like, I have to do this every day. Just be like, okay, I have to do this maybe 3 times a week, or I have to do this 4 times a week. And don't get caught up on it, because this is supposed to help you feel better. This is supposed to help relieve stress. And so making that goal to do it daily, if it causes you more stress, then it's not worth it, right? It's causing you more dilemma than anything. So I just kind of get up in the morning and I make my coffee, and then I kind of sit and I kind of start doing it then. I put my journal underneath my chair, and then I just grab my journal and then I start brain dumping everything, something that happened that day. Or I did my first class. Like last night, we had an awesome spirit circle, and I'm turning them into classes to help people advance. And it was amazing. And so I wrote down things that I felt about that. And then I kind of started writing, and then I did this for my business, and then that kind of triggered me. Or I wasn't a very good mom doing this, or that triggered me, and then I would start automatic writing about it. Definitely writing affirmation helps that too, because if you write what you want to become, or you speak what you want to become, and you're in the process of doing it, it can kind of trigger you a little bit. And so then you can start your automatic writing session on that. So that's kind of how I combine the two, because it is so helpful. I can't even tell you guys how awesome journaling has helped me. I used to be like, I was just like, meditate. I'm not gonna do the journaling. But the journaling, it also can put you in a meditative state where you can start, like if I start writing down, okay, let's say I write down, I did a spirit circle last night. It was awesome. And now I want to do this, this, and this, and this, and this. It's helping me manifest what I want to create, right? So it's bringing me more things of how I want to create my life and how I want to, or more things that I want to do. Journaling is the strongest tool that you can use for manifestation, visualization. And so I do the brain dump first, and then I go to what I want to create, or if I have a question for my spiritual team, I ask it then. So it kind of starts as a brain dump, clearing, and then go into affirmations to automatic writing. And you can do this. It just depends on what triggers you that day. If you're having a really emotional day and the journaling takes longer, then you can go shorter on the affirmation and you don't really have to do the automatic writing that day. It's not all so perfect. So I hope that makes sense to you. But some days my journaling isn't that much because I maybe didn't do a lot that day, or I don't have a lot on my mind that day. And then so I go right into my affirmations, or I go right into automatic writing. So it's kind of cool how it works that way. And automatic writing is kind of just a form of meditation. So that counts as your meditation for that day. Automatic writing and meditation are the one thing that has helped me to connect to spirit the most. Everybody has their own modality that helps them connect to spirit. And some people swear by breath work. Some people swear by plant therapy. I swear by meditation and automatic writing because honestly, you have everything you need inside of you already. So if breath work works for you, that's fine. If plant stuff works for you, that's fine. But everybody has a different way of connecting to spirit. And the trick is you need to find yours. In fact, I told my spirit circle, I was talking to my spirit circle last night as I was teaching, it's like running a marathon. Spiritual growth is like running a marathon. When you first start training for a marathon, it's not about adding the miles, because first you start out with 1 or 2 miles and then you add to 5 and then you go up to 10 and then 15 and then 20 and then to the 26.2, I think, or 3. Spiritual growth is the same way. And there's a time too, when you get to the end of the marathon training, there's a time where you rest. There's a time that a week before the race where you kind of cut back, and I forget what they call it. I remember I hated that week when I was training, but you rest and you stop. And that's how spiritual growth is. When you grow spiritually, your spirit just keeps growing and your body's trying to catch up. So you got to rest. You got to rest your spirit and your body together. And this is why you do the balancing or the self-care. But training for a marathon isn't just about adding the miles. Training for a marathon is making sure you're wearing the right clothes or so if you go out running and you decide, okay, this shirt always rides up and I can't stand it for 12 miles, or if these shorts always ride up and I can't stand it, or if these shorts make me chafe, or if these shoes hurt me when I get to mile 10, then you know that's not the attire you're going to wear when you run your marathon. Same with spiritual growth. You know that if breathwork doesn't do it for you, or plant therapy doesn't do it for you, then you're going to stick with the meditation you're going to stick with the modalities that do help you. And if using oracle cards helps you to connect better, then you use that. So spiritual growth is finding out what you use better. And so try automatic writing, try journal and automatic writing, and see if that works for you, and see if that helps you. It might not. You might be one of the people that breathwork is amazing for you, or doing a meditation and then turning over oracle cards, which you can still do in automatic write. But you need to find the spiritual modalities that lift you and connect you to your higher self, or connect you to source, the things that make you have that place where you feel like you're in alignment, that place where you feel like everything is connected, where things are good, things are running smoothly, that place of, oh my gosh, I feel good. Because it's honestly not about how much weight you can lose, and it's not about getting to this certain goal. It's not about how much money you can have. It's about feeling good and the way you feel in alignment with yourself while you're getting there. And that's about enjoying the journey. So anything could happen. The storm can come and you still have to feel in alignment. And so automatic writing and journaling can help you do that, because when the storm hits, you can brain dump and connect to source and connect to your spirit team. So that's how much I love it. It helps me so much. I hope that you try it. I hope that it helps you as much. And I hope that you can use journaling and automatic writing to kind of go in together and help you together, because honestly, when you combine the two, it's just such a great resource, and it's such a healthy resource to help create things. And I love how you can brain dump and create at the same time. You can be like, okay, my intention is to let go of these thoughts, but then I'm going to create this in my life instead. I love how that intention goes with that. It just is so exhilarating and so awesome. And I really hope you guys I hope you use it or try it. Just give it a try. And if it doesn't work for you, then try something else. Try breath work, or try something else that helps you reach your your 26.2 miles. So, and here's the thing about spiritual growth, you guys, it's never ending. It's never like, oh, I reached it. Like a marathon, you run it and you're like, I did it. Spiritual growth is like continuing all the time. In fact, once you get to a certain spot, and then it's time to up level again or do another upgrade. So just know it's like a never ending thing, but that's what's so beautiful about it. That's what's so awesome about it. And if you can get these tools that help you get there, down, then the journey will be a lot better, or a lot more tolerable, and a lot more beautiful for you. So I hope that helps you guys. I just cannot say enough about it, but I love you guys so much. And just know too, I've got lots of things coming. I'm doing spirit circles. I'm doing a different way of doing them now, because I want people to advance and grow in them. And also I have another retreat coming up in May, which I'm so excited for. And it's just you guys, I just love doing this. I love doing this for you. I love helping you connect, helping you grow. And I love helping you find the magic that's already inside of you, the magic that is in you. And you have everything you need inside of you. And I want to help you find that and tap that and figure out how to use it for your best advantage, and not have to rely on other sources that disempower you. I want you to be able to find it within yourselves. And automatic writing and journaling have helped me. So I want to share that with you. So I love you guys so much. I really mean it. And I will talk to you guys next week. Thank you for following this podcast. If anything I said helped you, please share with your friends. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you never miss an episode.